The terror-accused Thulsi twins have claimed that their arrest is unlawful. The duo's legal team has challenged the police's raid and their incarceration. The brothers claim that the evidence in the police's affidavits is vague and lacks specific details and that the charges against them are trumped up. They say that the police raided their home without any substantial evidence against them. The state has said that the raid at their home was expected to yield a suicide belt. The bail application of the Thulsi brothers is under discussion at the Johannesburg Magistrates Court. Meanwhile, the court postponed the case to 28th July for legal argument on lawfulness of the twins' arrest and detention. Brandon Lee and his brother Tony Lee Thulsi were arrested earlier in July on terrorism charges. The brothers have been accused of planning to bomb an American diplomatic mission and Jewish institutions in Johannesburg.
Good afternoon to you, Shantae, and to the viewers. Well, once again, a very stop-start day, plagued with postponements here in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court. We were expecting a bail application to get underway today. It was postponed yesterday for the bail application to get underway today. But it seems from the affidavits handed to the court by the defense's advocate, Annelien van den Heever, that she wants this case dismissed. The magistrate, Peter du Plessis, saying that from what he could read in the affidavit, they're not only giving exceptional circumstances why the twins should be released, they're saying that the state has no case against them whatsoever. So he said, well, you can't bring, those are in essence two applications. The first application would be to dismiss the case, the legality of their arrest in the first place. So if it's found that they are being unlawfully detained and that there was no basis for the police to arrest them in the first place, then you need not deal with a bail application, since if you admit and you go through the procedure of a bail application, then you say that the police had lawful grounds in which to arrest you in the first place. So he's saying, well, let's deal with the unlawful aspect of their arrest first, and if you lose on that ground, then we can deal with the bail application. So that's in essence what many journalists waited around here for today, to hear legal argument on why the Thulsi twins, through their advocate, are saying that their arrest was unlawful and shouldn't have happened in the first place. So based on the court documents that we've seen, the Thulsi twins, the inventory that the police, the Hawks, this elite police unit, the inventory of what was seized at the two premises of where the Thulsi brothers were sleeping, one in Claremont and another one in Florida. What was seized there was 6 cell phones from Brandon Lee's place, some random documentation, some written hand notes, and then about 4 cell phones at Tony Lee's premises, along with an iPad. But this differs very greatly from what the police, in setting out their grounds, you have to get permission to raid a premises, a search and seizure document. You require justification for your actions, and they were looking, as you said in the read there, they were expecting to find various acquisition of various chemicals with which to make explosives, including a suicide vest. They were looking for research on weapons. They were looking for communication tying them to ISIS. This is what was expected that the Hawks they suspected they would find at the Thulsi twins' homes when they raided. But as I've just mentioned, the majority of the stuff that was found was cell phones. Now, it's not to say that there's not anything damning on those cell phones, but it's certainly very different from what the Hawks suspected or expected to find at the Thulsi twins' homes. So what's being questioned now is why a warrant of arrest did not accompany that search and seizure warrant that was handed to the twins on the 9th of July. and the state saying, well, it wasn't initially their concern to arrest the twins. It was simply to go in and see what they could find. But you cannot simply go in and see what you can find if there's not enough evidence to justify that search and seizure in the first place. So there's a bit of back and forth here between what was required from the state in getting the permission from the courts. Was there enough evidence against the Thulsi twins to justify going into their home on the 9th of July? And then, of course, we're going to have to see what the state comes back with in terms of perhaps what was found on that iPad and what was found on the 10 cell phones in total.
For 8 and 7, Michael Apple on the ground.